welcome to Transformer Step by Step Ractonite. This is a War for Cybertron Kingdom figure, so I really love him. I love him, I guess. I like the idea of him, that's for certain. He looked way better on the Kingdom art, because, I mean, when the original Kingdom poster came out, his head split onto both of his hands, and then this is what they came out with. This isn't even his intended mode. This looks better in my opinion, but no. His intended mode is this. Let me just show you if I could actually get this to fit. Yeah. This is the intended mode. It still looks pretty cool, but it looks a bit worse, in my opinion. So this is Ractonite. Pretty cool, actually. Like, his mode, like, his Strachiosaurus mode is super cool as a fossil, and he has some great weathering, in theory, and his connections are okay. Let's talk about the weirdest figure in Wave 2 of Kingdom, Ractonite. So first thing I want to do is pencil test. He's pretty big, actually, for a deluxe. So, I mean, you sort of get your money's worth. Just look at her. I don't know. I've heard different sources call it a different gender, but still, like, she, I'm just going to call it she. Looks pretty good. I mean, just look at all that, like, design. I mean, there's detail into her, and it looks like she has actual armor, plus her head thing can go down, so now she looks like a knight, or a faceless golem. Let's transform her, shall we? So first thing you want to do is, one second, before I talk about the transformation, my joint was this joint in particular is super loose on my copy, so this one's the thickest peg in the mouth, so that's why I have it there instead of on this side, because if it isn't, it falls out. So that's why the arms are switched around. So just now when you get it, it's switch the arms so they look like this on the outside and not this. Okay, transformation. So first thing you want to do is take this off. Then take this off. Also, a pretty good step while you're doing that, do that. Then you want to take this off. That too. This just fell off. Peg tolerances aren't great on this. Pull these two off. Then pull off this side. Then pull off this side. Now, if you couldn't tell how many pieces came off in that, this is how many. And want to know these steps to transform this? Recombinate it in a different order. I mean, it's sort of weird. I'll talk about the transformation in a second. So flip this in or not. Have this head clip onto this side to look like that. Have these two arm leg things. Again, I'll talk about that. Flip over with these little pegs and tab them in. This peg is super weak. If I shake it, it's gonna fall out. Of course, the one time I say that, it doesn't fall out. It happens all the time off camera. And then tab this one in. Tab that in like that. And then have this waist piece clip onto here. And have these just go back onto the sides they were originally. Honestly, you didn't really need to disassemble that part. Have them bent like that. Tab in this completely differently colored piece into the back of the tail. And there you've got Ractonite. Which honestly, this looks awesome. This looks like a battering ram that could ruin your day. So I love keeping it in this mode. This mode just looks so cool, and it fits with all the other fossilizers, and it just looks awesome. Now so that was me praising the figure. Here are my criticisms of the figure. So, first part, I love this figure, in theory. I love all the parts that can come off, in theory, and the weathering looks really great, in theory. You see, most of the things look good on paper, but when they come into reality, they don't. So, let's talk about that, shall we? So first thing, this is a parts former, if you can tell, because it's literally take off a piece, put it on a different spot. But here's the thing. It's too much of that. Because on Paleo Rex, one second, let me bring them up. This figure, there's at least like still a puzzle box aspect, because you're still like moving parts around, like you gotta clip on things everywhere, you gotta flip that in, flip this up, untab things. Like, this is still a puzzle box aspect. This one doesn't have that feeling, because it's just taking pieces apart. Like, the only part where you actually flip something is this part right here. This part right here is like that, and you flip that out. That's the only time you flip something on this and don't take them apart. You don't even need to flip this head down. You can still have it like that. So, I mean, that's literally the only time you flip something. Well, on this, you flip the head, you flip this down, that's required for the transformation. You have to have it like this, then tab it together. It's a whole thing. And then on Ractonite, it doesn't feel great. And like the fossilizing aspect's really cool. The only problem is, I thought I broke something for a second. The only problem is, what you gonna do with this piece? Like, you think this would help, but no hands I've tried can fit in here. The only hand I've actually seen fit in here is Huffer, and I don't have that figure yet. This actually can work. It's pretty cool. But, I mean, what are you going to do with this piece? Like, it can be a connector piece, but other than that, it doesn't really, work well. Because, Paleo Rex's pieces look great. This one just has, too many pieces that are just random parts. Like, I get that you could use these in a different place, but I mean, these don't really look that cool. Well, on the other hand, Paleo Rex is feet, while not looking cool, they have a switching aspect that you could use to, have different configurations, or these hands could be used wherever. This tail wouldn't really be used anywhere, but I mean, that's not the figure's fault. This head is literally designed to become a mace weapon. And then there's Ractonite. Ow! I had to get that out of my hands. That Ractonite, I know. I expected him to be more fun, is what I'm saying. Is it a bad figure? No. If you want to fill out your fossilizer collection, that's completely fine. This guy's a great guy to do that with. I don't know. He isn't as fun as I thought he would be, if that makes any sense. So this is Ractonite. Not completely, but this, I don't know. It's not a must-have. It's not a must-buy. It's a get it if you want to. I mean, the Styracosaurus mode is awesome. It's everything you want. The colors are off a bit though, and the weathering just looks like somebody put a lot of paint on it, which is really cool. There's a lot of paint on it, but in some places it just looks pretty weird. Like on top of here, it just looks a bit too dark compared to the rest of the skeleton. If I compare it here, it looks a bit too dark. But I mean, it's great. It's fun. It's just not the fun you want it to be. Like, when you buy this, you expect a certain type of fun. It doesn't deliver on that though. Like, I can't put my finger on it. I love this guy. I want to love this guy, but it's just hard to. So I don't know. This was a negative review, then I guess I'm sorry about that. This guy doesn't have any background information. Girl, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the content you see, why not hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.